Access Sportsnet Dodgers brought to you by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garcia-Parr. Another gut punch for the Dodgers. Really tough loss for them. This is a game where Ryan Ward hit his first career grand slam. You're up 6-1. You have Shohei Ohtani on the mounds with that 6-1 lead in the bottom of the 7th. But the Pirates got 3 in that inning. They got 5 more runs in the 8th inning. And Shohei Ohtani did hit that 2-run homer in the 9th, Jerry, but you still came up one shy, 9-8.
Yeah, first of all, you give credit to the Pirates. You know, they swung the bats in that 8th inning. They had good at-bats. But at the same time, from the defensive start, really starting from the pitching side, you cannot walk guys in the big league, especially to lead off innings. Can't do that. And then big league hitters are going to make you pay. Callahan had a huge night.
You know, the one thing for the Dodgers, look at, like, over the season, you know, it seems like when they've had a lead in that 7th inning on, it seems like, hey, they're really going to be able to close out the game. The bullpen coming in and getting the job done. Today, that definitely didn't happen. I mean, Kyle Hurt just didn't have it. I mean, you could really tell that he had trouble with the structure. He wasn't barely missing. He was missing by a lot. He was throwing balls to the back. Just something we haven't seen from Kyle Hurt. Sometimes you have those days where you just don't have it. And Pittsburgh recognized that. They were like, all we have to look is down the middle, one zone, because he doesn't have it, get your pitch, and they capitalized on that.
But it's still looking really good for the Dodgers going into the bottom of the 7th. Shohei Ohtani walks the leadoff guy. The next one was like a swinging bunt single.
Yeah.
Then he strikes out the next 2 batters looking Nomar. And there was a pitch that Shohei looked like he wanted to challenge on 2-0.
Yeah. I think, you know, the one thing is where Shohei's done an unbelievable job up until this point was, you know, the Pirates had opportunities with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
And Shohei was incredible really shutting that down. And I think these were a couple where it just frustrated him, where those balls where he thought were borderline. Okay, they didn't challenge, and he can challenge himself. I mean, he can definitely hit the hat. It was trusting, Dalton rushing, but they didn't challenge. And they were really borderline. They were close. There's no question about that. But if it looked like that got to him, out of all the things over the course of this game, even in those pressure situations, that's what got to him. Pirates were able to capitalize on that. And as I just mentioned, Kyle Hurt, we can see he was all over the place.
Yeah, walks the first 2 batters there in the 8th inning, and then right there you see the home run, Tyler Callahan. He had 16 career Major League at-bats coming into this game, homered off of Shohei, and then hits that 3-run shot.
Well, here's the thing, too. Nomar touched on it. Anytime you walk the first 2 guys, but it's not really close, you're just hunting middle plate. You're not looking for in, out. You're hunting middle of plate, and they scored balls up. Here, a pitch going the other way. Good job. And then when Dreyer comes in, looking center cut, and he does not miss it. You know, once again, you know, when you are on the road, especially in that environment, Nomar, we talked about it. It is a shame. Pittsburgh is a great stadium, and they really have great fans. I know there's been a little uproar with their ownership, but that place can get loud, and you saw the momentum there for the Pirates. They felt that energy, they felt that momentum. And give them credit, man. They put themselves in position because they weren't chasing out of the zone and hunted in the middle of the play. When they got their pitch, they didn't miss it.
Listen, they felt the momentum, and I think if Dodger fans started feeling it. You started getting worried, like, hold on, you know, right there in that 7th when they started kind of chipping away and doing that is like you needed somebody to come in and really try to slow that down because you could feel it, and whether it was that next inning or that 8th inning trying to get another run to get it back, but you could see that it was creeping away from the Dodgers, and the Pirates capitalized on that.
Dodgers lose a tough one, 9-8 at PNC Park. Let's head back to the booth in Pittsburgh. Check in one final time with Steven Nelson and Eric Karros.
One of the tougher losses of the year, EK, for the Dodgers. 5 runs, the largest blown lead loss for the Dodgers in nearly 2 years. And now they got to lick their wounds before tomorrow.
Yeah, a tough one this evening. I mean, going into the 7th inning, it looked great for the Dodgers, up 6-1. Wardo had hit a grand slam. Shohei was absolutely dealing. Pittsburgh found themselves getting back into the ball game and then just unraveled in the 8th inning for the Dodgers.
It's still a chance to win the series, something they haven't done in Pittsburgh in 4 years. Tomorrow, with Justin Robleski taking the ball.
Yeah, I mean, no better pitcher right now for the Dodgers. He's been throwing extremely well, looking to build on that and coming out to try and change just the mojo here in Pittsburgh. As you mentioned earlier, it's, you know, now we're at, 14 games here, and
they've lost 10 of them.
10 of them. I mean, so turn a thing around tomorrow and get on to Chicago.
That's the thing. As much as tonight hurt, still got a chance to win a game in a series tomorrow. We'll see you then.
All right, thanks, guys. Wednesday nights in Pittsburgh with Shohei Ohtani on the mounds. Bottom of the 1st after a bloop single and a 4-pitch walk. Shohei cranks it up to 100 to get Brian Reynolds.
Oh, I had some cut on it, too. 100 miles an hour. Yes.
That was the first out, and then Ryan O'Hearn, 99, takes care of that half swing.
Early on, I was just mentioning about Shohei with runners in scoring position. He had a man in scoring position with nobody out, and then he just has some incredible pitches, gets 2 Ks, and then gets out of that inning.
Bottom 2, Jake Mangum up there with 1 on and 1 out. Shohei gets the pitcher's best friend, the comebacker, but he's not able to throw accurately to Mookie Betts, but Mookie still does get the out at first.
Yeah, pitchers talk about all the time. They're used to throwing downhill on flat ground. This one kind of gets him. He's throwing uphill, and that causes him his arm to drop, takes Mookie off the back.
But Shohei's able to get out of it as Jared Triolo flies out to Andy Pages. Scoreless through 2. Dalton Rushing, 1 out. Nobody on. Bat goes flying. It's shattered. Ground ball to first. Headed towards Kirsten and the photographer as well over there.
That's something you don't see too often when the bat slips out of your hand and you make contact and put it fair.
After a 2-out walk, it's Shohei going the opposite way. This turned out to be a huge play in this game.
Yeah. This ball is over the wall. Great job there. Reynolds bringing it in. Always been really good in the outfield. I mean, this is over the wall for a home run. Reynolds saving that bomb.
Keeps the game scoreless. Bottom of the 3rd after a hit batter with 2 down. Shohei gets O'Hearn to fly out to Kyle Tucker.
Once again, Shohei, man scoring position, just kind of going out there, getting the job done.
Dodgers hitless to this point until top of the 4th. Freddie Freeman against Whittier's Jared Jones.
That's a great piece of hitting. That ball was up and just staying inside, hitting it down the line. Man.
And Jared Jones, how in the world did he do that?
Right.
I mean, just Freddie special, man.
With 2 down and 2 strikes, Max Muncy keeps it fair, and the Dodgers are on the board.
Really good piece of hitting by Max Muncy there. Getting that breaking ball, recognizing that, getting the barrel to it, and driving it down the line.
And then another 2-out RBI, Jerry, as Kyle Tucker comes to the plate after the Muncy RBI double.
Good to see Max stay hot, man. We need him to stay hot. And here's Kyle Tucker, 3-2. Talk about 2-out lightning, staying through the baseball, staying through the middle. Like seeing that from Kyle Tucker.
It's one of the better swings we've seen Kyle Tucker have this year. I mean, he was just really kind of through the hands, through the barrel to that ball. It wasn't a real big overswing. And, I mean, he hit that hard. I mean, the shortstop was right there. I mean, he hit it past him because he hit it so hard. He was short and quick to the ball.
Bottom of the 4th, Nick Gonzalez leads it off. Shohei gets him. Called strike 3.
He's painting the corner right there.
Yeah. That's a perfect pitch there.
There were 2 outs, nobody on. Tyler Callahan's first career Major League home run comes off of Shohei, and it was a no-doubter.
Do you think he was sitting dead red? Got the fastball in her half, did not miss it. Another look at it. Stays back, fire those hands through the baseball. Good swing.
Makes it 2-1.
Well, he wasn't done, Jerry.
Oh, I know.
2 outs, runner on second for Triolo. Shohei gets out of the inning.
What a breaking ball. He had a great sweeper right there to get him swinging.
We go to the 5th. Dalton Rushing leads off against Carmen Majinski. His first inning of work. Wow. Diving stop by Brandon Lau.
Especially the leadoff batter of the inning. Just rob him of extra bases.
Yeah.
That might have been the gap for a double.
Good piece of hitting there by Rushkin, the barrel to it. Lau, really good player for the Rays. Now with the Bucks.
6th inning, 2-1 for Max Muncy. Andy Pages is picked off of second base, or though we thought the Dodgers would challenge this, and they would look at this for a really long time.
You gotta see his foot. I mean, that's a pretty quick release from the mound. Muncy barely gets in there.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, you see the hand, you see the foot, he stepped on the foot, and went with the umpire. It looked like his foot didn't get to the bag, but his toe ended up getting there.
And then Ryan Ward hits his first career slam to give the Dodgers a 6-1 lead in the sixth.
You know, we talked about him in the pregame show. We saw his swing close up. He's A to B. And look at that, short to the ball, long through it, creating backspin. I know lefties love hitting it there at PNC Park. That's a line drive home. Grand slam.
So you're thinking this game's just about a wrap with this guy on the mound. Up 6-1. Bottom of the sixth, Endy Rodriguez with one out, runner on first. Shohei induces the 5-4-3, 6-3.
You need that shutdown inning, and Shohei got it there.
So the double play, we go to the bottom of the seventh. Runners on first and second after a walk and a swinging bunt. Shohei gets the strikeout looking on the challenge.
Good sweeper there.
Fifth K of the game. Shohei facing Spencer Horwitz.
Nice. Nice. Right now, he's still, like, he's in command here. You can see just his body language, everything, still feeling good. And it was right here in this at-bat where it just seemed like he was frustrated, especially there. 2-0, didn't get that one, wanted to check.
I think the first one was a ball. This, I thought it was a strike if they challenged it.
Yeah.
Another look at it. I thought I caught the corner, but again, Dalton already used the challenge. You don't want to burn another one unless you absolutely have to and are 100% sure.
So it's a 3-0 count now, and Brandon Lau's going to holler at that 3-0 pitch and knock in a pair of runs.
Facing Shohei Ohtani, you're thinking, okay, that might be the one chance I get. You're 3-0 over the plate, so you're going to take a chance at it. You tell yourself, I'm either putting this in play hard or hopefully I'm swinging and missing at it. That's what you're thinking, 3-0.
So that would be it for Shohei's night. First time this year he's allowed 3 runs in a game. But the inning's not over. Alex Vesia comes in facing Brian Reynolds. Chops one to Max Muncy that gets under the glove.
This is where you started feeling like that momentum shifting right there. That's very uncharacteristic of Max Muncy missing a ball like that. And you're starting to go, wow, that was an extra run. It's 6-3. Now it's 6-4. It's 2 runs. It's just a little different feel right there. And I think the Pirates starting to feel that as well.
Max Muncy has been outstanding all year long at third.
Oh, yeah. Listen, that happens to everyone, every one of us.
Dodgers still leading those 6-4 going to the 8th. Kyle Tucker up there with 2 down. Tucker had a multi-hit game as this one bangs off the wall for a double.
Good swing here from Tucker. And you're trying to get at least one back. It's kind of stifle their momentum a little bit. Great swing, Kyle Tucker.
RBI opportunity. Alex Call pinch hitting for Ward. He's called out on strikes he would challenge, but he's not going to win that challenge.
It's almost like he knew it. I don't know why he was challenged, because it's almost like he knew it was a strike. He didn't need to challenge it.
Kyle Hurt came in. He walks the first hitter. That one's not close. He walks the first 2. And the next batter is that guy Callahan again.
Yeah.
And the very first pitch he sees is gone.
Well, especially when you're feeling good at the plate and you know that guy walked the tying runs ahead of you, he's got to come center cut. And he sold out. He did not miss. 3-run bomb. Callahan.
Dodgers blow the 6-1 lead. Down 7-6 now. But the inning's not over. Shohei can't believe what's happening here. Kyle Hurt throws one to the backstop.
Yeah, this one, I mean, we saw a few of him, and he was throwing every pitch. It just seemed all over the place.
I do not understand this.
Yeah, this made no sense for the Pirates.
Dodgers catch a huge break.
And you see Beasley there. He's the third base coach. He puts hands on his hips. He's like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah, makes no sense.
That had to be on his own. There's no way you call that from the dugout.
Yeah.
Especially because Triolo then doubles to right off the wall. Would have scored another run.
Especially when the guys can't find it on the mound. You never try to help them.
Kyle Hurt comes out of the game. Dave Roberts goes to get Jack Dreyer to face Spencer Horwitz, the lefty, and that one's gone as well.
What went further, the ball or his bat when he flipped it?
It's close. 2-run shot makes it 9-6. Pirates get 8 runs over the 7th and 8th innings.
Oh, he knew it right away, center cut.
So now you're chasing 3 going to the 9th inning. Gregory Soto comes in for Pittsburgh. And Shohei Ohtani hits a 2-run shot to make it 9-8.
That's why you try to keep it, if you can, as close as possible and limit the damage, because we got guys like this that can change the game instantly. This is a 2-run bomb. Shohei Ohtani.
It's really amazing, when you look at it live, like just in real speed, it looked like he's just flipping it out there. He's so strong and so incredible. He just knows
his hands are unbelievable.
They really are.
Andy Pages softly to left field. Freddie Freeman is the last hope, but he lines out to third, and that's how it ends. Dodgers, boy, that was a tough one. They lose it 9-8. 43-25 on the season. Kyle Hertz is tagged with a loss. Shohei Ohtani, as a pitcher, went 6 2/3, 4 runs. 3 of them were earned, had 6 strikeouts. Shohei with the bat goes 1 for 5, his 12th home run, 2 RBIs, and Ryan Ward went 1 for 3 with his 3rd home run, 4 RBIs in that first career grand slam. Let's go back to Pittsburgh. Shohei Ohtani is speaking with the media.
Shohei, Dave Roberts has shared with us that if you look at your last few outings, you've been dealing with the blister. We saw it was bothering you today. Just what is it like kind of managing that? And clearly you're making your starts, but just how does that feel at the moment?
今の指の状態とか監督がおっしゃってましたけども、そういうのがちょっと影響しているのかとかありますか？
いや、それはあんまりないですかね。最後もどうですかね。1、2塁で2つ取ってからの際どいところ行ってたのでチャレンジしようかどうか迷いましたけど。やっぱり信じてチャレンジをした方が良かったのかなとは、結果的にはそういう感じかなと思います。
Yeah, no issues with the blisters. I don't think it's been affecting my performance. Just the last, couple at bats where, I was just hoping. I wish I got some calls my way, but just didn't turn out that way, and that's the part that I wish I could have been able to change a little bit.
Did you want to challenge a couple of those pitches to low?
したい気持ちは
ここら辺までは言ってたんですけどね、最後のもう一歩が、基本的にはキャッチャーがやるという方針ではあるので、相当自信がない限りはやらないんですけど、シチュエーションはシチュエーションだったので、やってもよかったのかなとは今思えばそういう感じかなと思います。
I really got close to doing one. I usually let the catchers make that determination. But looking back, I think situationally how important it was that at bat. Looking back, I think I could have done a few challenges.
Pitched into the 7th a ton this year. Just how did you feel about the execution of your stuff that inning? Was there any fatigue that played into kind of how that played out?
7回は投げてないんですけども、少し疲労とかっていうのがパフォーマンスに影響したのですか？
球数的にはそうでもなかったですし、最後もいい感じで2人最後取ってから3オーから打たれた感じではあったので、そこに尽きるかなというか、そこ次第だった。最後2点はもうちょっともったいなかったなという感じかなと思います。
Going into that inning, the pitch count was pretty relatively low, so I don't think so. But after the 2 hitters, 2 outs felt pretty good. It was just a misexecution in that 3-0 pitch.
And did you think that one in the 3rd inning was out?
スイングの状態と、ホームラン捉えたのはホームランだと思いましたか
？2打席目ですかね。セカンドやった？そうですね。打った感じは入るだろうなとは思ってたので、取られてなければもちろん入ってたんですけど、そこはいい素晴らしい守備だったなということですかね。
Yeah, felt good off the bat. I thought it was going to be a homer. Looking back at the video, it was a homer, but the left fielder made a fantastic catch and got to tip my cap on that one.
It was your first time throwing to Dalton this year. What was different about that compared to when you've been throwing to Will?
ラッシュとウィルの違いっていうのは何か感じましたかと？
どうですかね。ちょっと首振る回数は多めでしたけど、しょうがないのかなと。1回目のバッテリーではあるので、これから組むこともあると思いますし、そこに向けてまた次回どうなるかちょっとわからないですけど、話し合っていきたいなと思ってます。
Yeah, I shook a few times more than usual, but I think that's normal given that I haven't really worked with him this year. And, it's something that you just have to have a conversation here and there and be on the same page.
Here's Here's what's coming up on the calendar. The series in Pittsburgh wraps up tomorrow. It's another 3:30 first pitch with Justin Robleski on the mound. This weekend, Dodgers head to Chicago to face the White Sox. Monday, back home to host the team with the best record in the American League, the Tampa Bay Rays. Monday's game on ESPN. All of the others right here on Sportsnet LA. Dodgers fall to the Pirates. Carl's Jr. moments of the game. It's Ryan Ward, Jerry, with a grand slam. First grand slam of his career.
Yeah, really good swing right here. He gets a breaking ball in or half, and he turns on it, creating that backspin. We talked about a swing earlier. Just short to the ball, lands square, fired those hands. Great extension, too. Really good swing. Congrats. Ryan Ward, first big league grand slam, hopefully first of many.
Dodgers had a 6-1 lead at that point, but it was a tough night for the bullpen. Dodgers fall 9-8. Let's hear from Kyle Hurt right now with Kirsten and the media.
Kyle, I know nights like this are very frustrating, but when you look at just the stuff, how they were able to get to you and some of the lack of command, what do you think led to that tonight?
Yeah, I didn't get ahead. I think I fell behind every single hitter, didn't throw one first pitch strike. That leads to damage, and I just didn't execute. And, I had some guys 3-2. I didn't execute there either. Just missing a little bit, I let a few go. Sped up a little bit. There's always tomorrow, so I'm just ready to get back at it.
Last handfuls of times out there, walks have been a little bit of an issue. Is there something going on there to cause that?
No, like I said, just tonight I obviously missed by a good amount, but I had some guys 3-2, and I just kind of just pulled it, missed it, just didn't execute the pitch in the count. That's it.
Home run just kind of catch too much of the zone there.
Yeah, that guy's swinging a hot bat today. Tried to go first pitch changeup, tried to get him to roll over, get a ground ball, and it did catch too much of the plate and hit it over the fence. So there's nothing I can do about it.
Unfortunately, comes in a losing effort for the Dodgers. 9-8. Pittsburgh gets the win in the middle game of this series. Let's go back to PNC Park. Dave Roberts with Kirsten and the media.
Dave, when you look at the bullpen, obviously in May, they had so much success. A few hiccups as of late. What are you just seeing from that group right now?
I think I'm seeing more walks than when we were going really well. And I think that, when we're on the attack and kind of imposing our will on those offenses, we're as good as anyone. And I think when you give free passes, it sort of builds momentum for the other team, and it takes one hit to score a run instead of a couple hits to build an inning. So I think right now we're doing a little self-inflicted damage.
Things really shifted tonight in the seventh inning, whether it was how his work ended, and then, of course, as you just talked about with the bullpen. What were you seeing just there in that moment, just as he got deep into his outing?
I thought he still had enough in there to keep going. There was a walk in there. There was some soft contact, that kind of the squibber off that bat, that infield hit, gets a strikeout, and then with the low at bat, got behind, and then he went after him, and then he hit a double. So I still felt, fortunately we got out of that inning, gave up another one, but got out of that inning, and I still felt we had the game in hand.
Thought about challenging with the ABS now. How do you guys kind of evaluate situations like that, especially how that inning played out?
I know, and that's one of those things that, from the side in the dugout, you put it in the hands of the players, and I think both of our catchers have been very good, and I guess I haven't looked back, but I did hear that a couple of those pitches to Lau were strikes, and they would have obviously flipped the count, and you never know, but I thought Dalton's done a good job with all of our pitchers, and so it just probably in his opinion that it wasn't worth the challenge, but it's not an exact science, and I think we had one challenge left right there, so that might have been something that caused a little bit of pause. But yeah, it's the game of baseball.
How much of the bullpen struggles, like you mentioned, a couple games have gotten away late, just kind of comes back to free bases and not attacking the zone as well as they were earlier this year?
I really believe that hitting is hard, and when you give away free bases, it just makes it a little bit easier, and So that's something we got to get back to, attacking the strike zone.
Does this feel like the ugliest loss of the season so far?
I don't know. I mean, this one stung because I felt we were playing good baseball, and there's no business. We had no business losing that game, but I can't recall all the loss that we've had. I know there's been some other ones that really, stung a little bit, but recently, certainly this one doesn't feel good.
Decision regarding Will Smith yet?
Will Smith is going to go on the IL. We're going to bring Chucky Robinson. So Chucky will be here tomorrow, and we'll backdate to whenever we can, and we'll go from there.
And will DH tomorrow?
Shohei will DH tomorrow, yes.
And Dave Roberts confirming what he talked about before the game. Jerry, Will Smith is going on the 10-day injured list. It's not a surprise to any of us and to any of the people watching as well. The neck stiffness for Will Smith just not improving enough.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful. Obviously, with anytime you're dealing with the back, the neck, really any injury that can cause you, go from a week, 10 days to like 2 months, 3 months. You got to make sure you take care of the injury now. It is a smart move, especially you have a guy like a Dalton Rush who's having a great season. You take Will Smith, put him on the IL, and make sure he is 100% when he does come back, because we still have that second half and then that long postseason run. So I'm glad that they're putting Will Smith on the IL. Make sure you have that neck calmed down.
I don't think this is a surprise, because whenever Dave Roberts was talking about it, he kind of mentioned where it may be leading this way, where he, it may be leading to an IL. They're waiting to see if it has any changes, giving them some time. But at the same time, we also mentioned the other day that it's probably just worth putting them on right now. We knew they were able to backdate it, which was good, and that also helps. But at the same time, it's just hopefully he can control this before it manifests anything that's really lingering throughout the entire season. So take care of it now. Hopefully he's better. I think it'll help him also just physically, all his entire body to recover, and hopefully it also helps him mentally just reset a little bit from hitting as well. Get this right, come back, and make an impact the way we know he can.
And so Chucky Robinson will be joining the Dodgers tomorrow in Pittsburgh. Shohei Ohtani allowed 3. Dodgers fall 9-8. Shohei Ohtani allowed a season-high 3 earned runs in this game. Nomar, what did you see from Shohei?
Well, he was really effective when he was able to execute. And how does he execute when he's at his best? Well, when he stays on the corners. We're going to go to the K-zone and have a look and see how good he is with his fastball when he's executing that on the corners, stays out of the middle of the plate. Getting with some of the pitches that got hit were across the middle of the plate. But, man, he gets 2-2. Look at how nasty he is with these pitches right there, where he just stays down on the corner. That glove side, especially in the corner there, that one just throwing it away. Should have got out of the double play, but still doesn't worry about that. Settles in, continues to execute that fastball. Doesn't matter whether it's glove side, arm side, keep you off balance. He's got the slider. Didn't throw too many split fingers. I wonder if it was because of that blister, but he didn't need it. This is what makes him great, because even if he maybe one pitch not able to throw or doesn't have it that day, he can still come at you with that fastball, and he has that fastball command. When he's on the corners, he is so effective, and really was almost just a 2-pitch pitcher the entire time, and still gave him a chance to win.
The one thing he's going to look back, the 3 base on balls, that's going to bother him, but the stuff was there. The makeup obviously is always there. The compete is there. And I love the fact that even when he doesn't have the best command, he continues to fight. And you're right, Omar, they had a situation, if he just throws the ball when he was throwing it to Mookie Betts, it would kind of limit his damage as far as pitch count. He could have got out of the inning a lot quicker. But he is so fun to watch, especially dropping that sweeper. That has been an incredible pitch for him. And you're right, Omar, not having that split, I wonder, is it him, only threw it a couple times. Maybe that blister, he figures if I throw this 7, 8, 10 times, that might re-aggravate that blister. So, but anytime you're a guy who throws a sweeper and that fastball and you're hitting your spots, really doesn't matter with Shohei's stuff. Again, give us a chance to win. He did that tonight.
I'm really interested is, I know he mentioned first time throwing with Dalton Rushing, pitching, and he says, yeah, I shook off more than normal, but that takes time, especially the first time he thrown, which definitely is accurate. But I'm also wondering if maybe Dalton was calling maybe some more splits or something else, and he was kind of maybe feeling also like, with that blister, let's kind of lay off, as you mentioned, that I don't want to aggravate it where it becomes something really that maybe have to miss a start, something here or there. So who knows? But at the same time, you know, it doesn't matter. Like I said, you can have something that maybe not working or just can't throw for whatever particular reason, and he still has other stuff to get you out.
Yeah, only 4 of his 102 pitches were the splitter tonight. 85% of his pitches were either a fastball or a sweeper. Well, Nomar broke it down in the K-Zone.